Hi, my name's Cass Sunstein. I'm the administrator of the Office of Information and Regulatory Affairs, sometimes known as OIRA, and the President has charged me with helping to oversee federal regulation in order to make sure that when rules are being issued to protect public safety and health, they're done in a way that's sensitive to the economic situation and attuned to the overriding importance of job creation and economic growth. Okay, this is a chart that shows the number of rules reviewed over the last few years. And I'll start with Clinton's second term, where we have good numbers, and you'll see it's right here, up here. Goes up a bit under President Bush in his first term, goes down a little bit under President Bush in his second term. You can see a slight decrease in President Bush in his second term. And to date, in the Obama administration, you'll see the number is lower. Contrary to what is generally believed, there's actually been a decrease in the number of rules that have gone through the White House Office of Information and Regulatory Affairs, and that captures the universe of economically significant and otherwise significant rules issued by the federal government. Details about this line and what the numbers refer to can be found on the White House website. Now, a big question that's of central importance is what have we gotten for these rules? What have previous administrations gotten? What are the benefits of these rules, economic and otherwise? Let me show you some numbers that reflect previous administrations and our administration's efforts to answer those questions properly. As you can see under President Clinton, there's a very strong record in the sense that the net benefits, meaning the benefits minus the costs of the assortment of rules issued, is well over $13 billion, approximately $14 billion, in fact. Under President Bush, fortunately, there's also net benefits that are positive, and indeed, again, in the billions, around $3.4 billion. What about the rules we've done in the past 3 years? And these are 3-year accounts. Well, President Obama's rules are above here, which is around where Bush is, above here, which is around where Clinton is, and in fact, they go all the way up to about here. Over $90 billion in net benefits over the first 3 years. Now, more concretely, you might ask, what are the ingredients of these numbers? And I'd like to show you just a few examples. To set the stage, you should notice that about a year and a half ago, President Obama asked for a government-wide look at all rules on the books to try to see which of these rules issued by Clinton or Bush or even the Obama administration deserves revisiting. Flipping the chart, a lot of our efforts have been at reducing burdens imposed on small business. And let me give you an example of one that is going to have big benefits. A lot of truck drivers work for small companies. One thing that is important in some cases, but not necessarily a high priority, is filling out a lot of forms. The federal government has long required truck drivers and the small businesses that employ them to fill out those forms. We took a hard look at that form filling requirement, and we've eliminated over 32 million annual forms filled out by truck drivers. That is going to save tens of millions of dollars every year, and it also eliminates over 1.6 million annual burden hours faced by truck drivers. That's just gone. We've also, in the area of traffic safety, noticed that former administrations have imposed requirements that people in state and local government update their street signs. They make the Main Street part of the sign bigger, so it's more visible. Now, there's a justification for that in terms of safety, but states and localities said to us that in an economically difficult time, our top priority is education or police and fire protection. It's not redoing our street signs. This may seem like small potatoes, but we're talking about millions of dollars in expenditure and considerable effort that has to be done. It doesn't have to be done anymore. We've eliminated very costly requirements imposed on hospitals and doctors. In fact, requirements that cost $1 billion a year. That's just been taken away. We've also freed up hospitals to engage in telemedicine. That's going to save a lot of money for those hospitals, and it's also, even more important, going to give patients better care. At the same time that we've been doing that, we've been issuing smart rules that promise to deliver big benefits to the American people. What we've done with our new rule is to reduce the stopping distance for trucks so that they can stop more quickly. In fact, by 30%. We're talking about $170 million in annual property damage averted. Even better than averting that $170 million in annual cost, we're talking about over 200 lives saved every year. In the area of safety and health, we've done a lot more than this. Salmonella is a big problem, and we took a step a couple of years ago with respect to shell eggs to reduce the incidence of salmonella, saving dozens of lives a year and eliminating up to 79,000 illnesses annually. One of our biggest benefit rules involves fuel economy. This one you may have heard of, where cars in the United States and trucks too are going to get much better fuel economy. Cars are going to go up pretty soon to a fleet-wide average in the 30s miles per gallon. That's a lot better than we've been able to do before. And the big benefit in terms of this rule is that it's going to save consumers a lot of money. This benefit will accrue to small businesses too, which will have to pay less for gasoline. There are energy security benefits from fuel economy rules. We're less dependent on foreign oil. And there are benefits, finally, in terms of air pollution, where air is just going to be cleaner because of our more fuel-efficient fleet. So as you can see, the administration has issued fewer rules than its predecessor. It's done so in a way that's been producing very significant benefits, in fact, much higher benefits than its predecessors. We've been carefully attuned to both costs and benefits. At the same time that we've tried to engage in a very careful retrospective review of rules on the books to get rid of the ones that don't make sense. Now you have the facts. You can find more on our website. Thank you.